Y'all, I have heard so much lately on Facebook groups, on YouTube videos, just people in general saying it's not worth your time to sell these items anymore on eBay. So we're going to go through some of those items that may not be too profitable. The item I hear that about probably the most over the last 3 or 4 months is hats. So hats apparently aren't selling like they used to on eBay. And I tell you what, I sold one the other day for 125 bucks. This one right here is pretty cool. I picked it up for $1. William & Mary, which is a smaller university, but it's a vintage hat right there, made in the USA. This one sold in less than a day, $1 and in $19.95 plus shipping. Another one of those categories I've been hearing a lot about lately that's just not worth the time anymore is those vintage t-shirts. Made in the USA, right there, I think. And a single stitch t-shirt right there in pretty darn good condition. But I hear people saying, hey, not worth the time anymore. Louisiana Ice Gators. That one is super cool. Great graphic for an excellent shirt. $44.95 plus shipping. Another category I hear about being completely dead is plush. And not just plush, but especially Build-A-Bear and Squishmallow. So this mushroom squishmallow right here, this one sold for no tag, well, it's got the tag, not the hang tag, for $19.95 plus shipping. Paid $1. By the way, I need you to hang around. We're going to be doing some giveaways, announcing some giveaways we already did, and then doing some more on this episode. I'm hearing from a lot of people that clothing is dead, and it's oversaturated. It's hard to sell things anymore, and especially kids' clothes. So this lot of 3 Nike t-shirts, youth sizes, right here. A lot of 3, paid $1 a piece, sold for $29.95 plus shipping. I'm hearing that old media in general is dead or dying. Don't waste your time on VHS. Don't waste your time on 8-track, certainly. Don't waste your time on cassettes or even DVDs or CDs. So this Demi Lovato sealed CD right there, and that one sold for $19.95. Oh, it says it's signed plus shipping. Speaking of dead old media, this Rush album, I think this is it. I gotta find the right one. Yep, there it is. That Rush album, 1974, in pretty good condition, sold for $49.95 plus shipping. I told my friend the other day about a certain purchase I made, and they told me that, aren't you afraid of the saturation in that marketplace? And I don't think this is going to work out. And I'm talking about sports cards, non-sports cards, wax era, junk wax, all that stuff. And even the newer stuff, it's overproduced, not going to make you any money. So maybe you should avoid that. And even more specific warnings about these in particular. V-Friends Series 2 Complete Signature Edition. These sold for $329.95 plus shipping. Back for some more of the dead LP media. This is an REM right there. This one's actually been listed for a while. $19.95 plus shipping. Back to that dead hat bin right here. This one, the guy wanted $5 for it. I'm like, no, there were 2 hats like it. And I'm like, the most I'll give you is $5. And he finally said yes. I didn't want to give him $5 because I thought maybe at worst it would be like a $15 hat. It's got Chief Wahoo on it. So I figured, you know, at least $15 for this, but it is specific, spring training, and I don't remember which one sold, so I gotta look. It was the 2007 one, and that is a snapback, and it sold in under 24 hours for $16.95 plus shipping, so I paid $5 for both, so I'm already in the profit on that one. So $250 into $16.95 plus shipping. And it's not a new thing, but people have been saying forever, never worth picking up any McDonald's stuff whatsoever. These are some vintage Halloween buckets. They weren't listed very long. I'm trying to think of the date on these. They're definitely the older ones, I believe. 1985, a set of 2. Paid $0.25 a piece at the Escape from the Interstate sale. And these sold for $19 plus shipping. Coffee mugs are a definite no-go. They've been dead for years and years. And these 2 Linux ones, I guess, are the exception. Look at that. We got a dead bug there. That's been there for a while. But they're Christmas And there's 2 of them. Got a deer on that one, and the other one I got to dig out of here as well and pay just a few bucks for them at a sale. See if I can find it. Right here. There it is right there. And that one is also a deer matching set. 25 bucks. $24.95 plus shipping. Some guy on YouTube, I think it's Jay Wright or something like that, ruined this market as well. Hard to sell anything like this anymore. Curling irons and probably remote controls and all that stuff. This one, Baby Bliss Titanium Pro, sold for $49.95 plus shipping. All right, I think you get the point. I'm just obviously being sarcastic here. Look, there is some truth to almost everything that I've said right here, where, yeah, it may be a little bit more difficult to just sell any single stitch generic shirt than it was a couple years ago. Hats definitely aren't quite as hot as they used to be. But when I hear these blanket statements and see people, look at the Build-A-Bear right there. I've even said this. I'm like, I never find a good Build-A-Bear until I did find a good Build-A-Bear. Sold it for like $45 or something. I saw a post on the Trash to Cash reseller group the other day. Somebody sold a Build-A-Bear for $800 and something. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. How come I can't find these Build-A-Bears? And I'm not making light of the fact that certain things do change. Like, I'll give you a specific example that I've really noticed, because I love old He-Man figures. After they released all those new versions of the, I don't know what they called them, the He-Man figures, that market took a hit. You know, when I used to sell Hero Quest for crazy good money, and then they released the new game, and then those things took a hit. So, yeah, it may not be as easy to sell a Squishmallow as it was 3 years ago, but that doesn't mean you just, if you're an everything seller, just ignore these categories completely. There are winners in almost every category, even the terrible categories that we all think of. In VHS, for instance. You know, it's not nearly as high as it was 2 years ago, sealed VHS. It's taken a probably more than a 50% hit, if not more than that. So there are markets that are up and down, and you should be paying attention to it. But I think there is a word of caution to say, hey, hats are completely dead. They absolutely are not completely dead. You just got to be wise about what you're picking up. I think a lot of us who sell video game stuff, especially vintage, we realize the market isn't quite where it used to be. And here's some evidence of that. I'm going to have to go up another step here to get this bowling ball bag down. Set that down here. So I can grab this Nintendo 64. And it has a box, obviously, but you can see this box is pretty damaged. And a lot of people buy those for display, and this one's not exactly a display piece because of those issues, but it went on 30% off and it sold quickly, which means that when I listed it at a price I thought it would sell at, and it absolutely didn't. But it did at that 30% off, so right around $165 plus shipping. Hey, I gotta keep picking. There's a bunch of sales, but we're gonna do a few giveaways today. I'm gonna announce a giveaway from the Commonwealth picker video last week because I don't think I got a response from it yet, so just in case you're listening over here, Rose Fowler 2570, send me an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com. And that was for, what shirt was that one? I can't even remember. Oh, that was the Eternia shirt, the He-Man shirt. And send me a message for that. We'll put you in contact with the folks over at 80stees.com, get you one in your size, or maybe you can ask for a different one. We'll see. The flux capacitor one will probably be on the next episode of Flipper. We'll give that away. And I'm going to give away 2 more things today. Q4 is finally upon us, and we love to do some giveaways just to thank folks for always watching us. The first one we'll give away is actually for a specific audience because this is for dibdit.com. Just Be Crafting made us these, and we got a bunch of them, but I want this to go to somebody who is a member over there on dibdit.com. So if you want to apply for it, just put dibdit down below. You got to spell it right, dibdit.com. It's an IKEA bag, canvas IKEA bag. If you're a seller or a member over there, put that down below. I'll choose a winner, and then I'll check to make sure you're over there, and then I'll send it to you. So that one's pretty cool. Thank you for that, Just Be Crafting. She made a bunch for us. We paid for them, obviously, but we're going to do that. We're going to give away another thing here in a minute, too. Sold a J. Crew military grade jacket right here. And this one was listed for, I think, $49.95. Somebody said, hey, will you do 40 bucks on it? I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll do 40 bucks. So we sold it for $40 plus shipping. Speaking of Dibdit, we're going to make this Mad magazine from 1991, the deal of the day, over there on Dibdit.com. I'm going to put it over there for $2.95 plus shipping. So another Harley jacket. It's been a while, actually. A little surprised this time of year, but these do have some, you see I don't know if this is designed fading or not, but they all have these. I don't think it is because it only goes down here, not over here. So we put them out there cheap. They're size extra small, but they sold for, this one sold for 30 bucks plus shipping. By the way, I think these are on CommonwealthPicker.com. I'm not sure if Bubba's fiance put them over there or not, but they are for sale on Dibdit.com as well. And here we go. We're going to give one of these away. We normally do 50-50 auctions with these Inman Christmas ornaments, but I figured we'd kick off Q4 by giving one away. We get things moving down in the comments, and you will be entered to win this little ornament for free. Sold a purse. This one's not a Vera Bradley purse, which I'm told all the time I'm a dummy for picking up, and then I just sell them. You just got to be careful what you pay, what kind of condition they're in, what the pattern is. But sold this Coach purse that wasn't perfect, but was in pretty good shape. Got it cheap and a sale down in Roanoke. I think I paid $5 for it. It did not do as well as I thought it would. There's, see a little stain right there. There's a couple little issues, but it's not bad. And it's sold on Bonanza. Sold this one on Bonanza for $20 plus shipping. I see Dobby out there. Y'all see Dobby? Haven't seen Dobby in a while. There's this new addition that showed up at our house, which I think you saw in the last video. So Dobby's been scarce. But I see you, bud. Speaking of animals, somebody followed me out here. So I got this to put up there where that Nintendo 64 used to go. And it's a cool little colorful item. And I sold this t-shirt, so I grabbed this while I was in there as well. And this is not the right t-shirt. This is the right t-shirt. Enron Oil and Gas Company, single stitch. Screen Stars Made in the USA tag. These have sold pretty good for us. Pretty happy with it. This one sold for $19.95 plus shipping. Next one is a really good flip for quick money. Quick flipper, good money. But I forgot to mention the other day. I mentioned it before it came out. And now I've waited too long. But Nashville Flippers, I was on his This Week in Reselling podcast talking about District, talking about Dibdit, talking about shopcommons.net. I try not to do that too much on this channel because this is about eBay and eBay sales and occasional Bonanza and all that stuff. But if you are interested in hearing a big long spiel about it, answering their questions over there on the Nashville Flippers channel, I paid 10 bucks for this one. It was a really, what I thought, an overpriced yard sale. And I'm like, I don't leave those because I don't have that many sales around here just to be leaving stuff willy-nilly. And I found this Sennheiser. It's a good name brand. And it looked to be in perfect new or just perfect condition in there. Still got wrapping and stuff on it for 10 bucks. And I'm like, yeah, I'll grab it. And I brought it home and it looked it up and it was good. 70 bucks, $69.95 plus shipping. Sold very quickly. I think this is our last set right here. I have a couple more, but I was going to put them on a Dibdit Live, which I probably have done by the time you see this video. Jack and Sally sold. They're going total for $49.99 plus shipping, but they're kind of big, you know. You got to scrunch them down. I usually put it in a trash bag and then put it in one of these big boxes and smush them down, but it's only going to Maryland, so I'm going to do okay on the shipping on those. Some of you are probably wondering why this is here. I can tell Grammy's been here. Because whenever she drops off stuff like this, it's like, will you sell this for me? I didn't use it, and it was a gift or something. I probably shouldn't show it. Probably one, somebody gave it to her, like, oh, she's selling it. And these are undoubtedly to give to Turner from Grammy. And look, she got this for me from Catalina Island. They went out there, our old stomping grounds, and went on a little cruise and 50th Clash reunion. So thank you, Grammy, for that. I don't know where I'll put it. Where I got room there. Might put it right up there. We'll see. But these are gone now. Except for, I think I might have the Dr. Seuss one. I'm not sure. I'll go check. I think I hear Reagan out there. I sold this rifler. Hey, baby, come on in. Drafting set. This thing. I don't remember what I paid for this. I feel like I paid $5, but I just don't remember. And that one right there sold for $39.95 plus shipping. And we have a guest. We have a couple of guests. And we're going to watch Jack's leg because I have a... Oh my goodness, you got 4 guests. All right, we got to tell them a little bit more about this story. All these animals are distraught because another one showed up. Nobody even asked me if we could keep it. I'm just going to say that. You know, Sophie passed. This cat showed up at the back door. Flea-ridden, skinny, dirty. And you got it looking pretty good. No fleas. And isn't this some kind of special cat?
Yeah, it's a type of Siamese cat. I think it's called a flame point Siamese
flame
cat.
point.
It's the rarest Siamese cat.
Really?
There's 6 different kinds of Siamese.
We gotta get this. We can't get cat hair on this stuff.
But the thing is, like...
Hold on. All right, come on down for a minute. I know you don't want to, but you gotta come down for a second. Here, we'll let you up there. We'll put Jack up by Sally.
He might not be full Siamese cat. It could have been from like his ancestors from a long time ago. But he's still got some in him. It just might not be full.
And I hear it sells for good money. Could I flip that cat?
No.
No. At any rate. Oh, I gotta tell you who to thank. I got my list for you. All right, give your thank you.
Charlie got a Trash Cash IKEA bag.
Trash to Cash IKEA bag. Thank you, Charlie. We appreciate you.
Bye, and don't forget to get your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Because I've got to hit a shipping deadline, I've been busy on a bunch of other stuff, live sale stuff, and shop commons and whatever. I'm going to squeeze these next 5 sales into its own little segment. We'll start with this Hug-a-Bunch right here, and Hug-a-Bunches can be good, but especially good if they have the little Hug-a-Bunch baby with them, and this one was in good condition. Sold for $39.95 plus shipping. It's a nice little sale here. A Becca Books, and it's got the whole Learn to Read set in here, 1 through 10 or something. And then this, there might be another one with it, but I don't think there is. Just like one of the big ones. So these, believe it or not, y'all, I paid $5 for all those Becca Books. We've already sold 2 lots, I think. And here's the third, $100 plus shipping. Actually, I take it back. They were $99 plus shipping. Still pretty good. And if you can believe this, I bought this pair of pants. Carhartt with the tag. And there's 2 of them I bought at 2 different places, but I think this one is the one I got for $1. And these sold very quickly for $34.95 plus shipping. Next one was bought by a viewer and a friend, Leroy Blood, Sweat, and Sell. If you watch the Reseller Information Network, you guys know Leroy, one of the nicest guys in all the reselling. And if I was as nice, Leroy, I would have remembered you're a Steelers fan and just shipped this to you. I'm going to have to show you a picture of it, y'all, because it's a flag I picked up for $1 at a sale. And it sold for $10.95 plus shipping to Leroy. Thank you, my friend. And I was just looking around for something else to throw in for Leroy. So these are the ones, I didn't list like 5 or 6 of them for special occasions for these blacklight keychains. We're probably going to order some more. People just love them. So Leroy, I'm going to give you one of those, even though you're a tool guy, not a glass guy, just to make Tim over the years jealous. And we sold the deranged Easter Bunny costume from A Christmas Story. And that one sold for $25.95 plus shipping. So another one of these Wallace Christmas ornaments. I think we have 1 left. This is the least profitable of all of them. Paid $5 a piece. I think there was 4. Sold one for $100. Sold one for $90. This one, if it's the right one, sold for $30 plus shipping. Had to open it to make sure. So even 5 into 30 is good. It's not 5 into 100 or 5 into 90, but it's still good. We made a bunch of money on that buy. It was an estate sale. Pretty pricey estate sale. The next category is even one that I'm guilty of giving up on in the past, but every once in a while I find something that brings me back. I used to sell CB. I've got one here. I've got one here. So you sell them a bunch. I'm pretty picky now because I've had a lot sit. But whenever I find these base station types, I grab them if they're, I usually comp them though, to be honest with you, because they're all over the place. It's a Navajo base station one. Also for $75 plus shipping. It's been a while since we had a 3-hat day. One had just got listed, one was listed a little bit before, and this one's been listed for a while. Took me a while to dig this one out, but it's funky looking. It's been in there a while. Sold for $14.95 plus shipping. Sold some G.I. Joe replacement parts, which we have scattered basically by size all over the place. It's kind of a disaster. And then there's a big bin inside, but these are small. I remember putting them right here. So G.I. Joe Skyhawk, Sky Patrol, Skyhawk 1990 replacement parts. They're like sides. It says G.I. Joe on the other side of those. Replacement panels and missiles. $20, $19.95 plus shipping. And one of the absolute oldest items in our store. They're all right here. We used to have this whole thing lined with them. We made a bunch of money off them. But now we're down to the point where we're just making a tiny bit of money. And bought these for $2 a piece. And they have gone, we just keep discounting them lower and lower and lower. If I can even get it out. So So we made all the money on the bigger sizes for years, and now we're just down to the nitty gritty. Size large, sold for 10 bucks. All right, Turner's got some Commonwealth comedy for you. A little Halloween comedy. What do you got, bud?
Why are vampires bad at art?
Why are vampires bad at art? I don't know why.
They're only able to draw blood.
Very good, buddy. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Today was a little bit of a different type of a video for sure. But seriously, tell me what categories you think are going well right now. Which ones have really died out for you? And I don't know, maybe you want to share a little secret. Are there bad categories that you know good items in? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but you can. And I'll certainly be reading those comments. Definitely hang around for the next few episodes. Actually, all through Q4, we're going to be doing more giveaways. That reminds me of something. American Bubble Boy, Joel, I sent him a message because there's no tape on there and whatever. And he says, well, we've sold way more than we thought. We've redone everything. So they're bringing in a whole ton of different types of products, different categories where you can buy in different bulk, extra strength, quiet tape, handheld shrink wrap, all kinds of stuff he sent me. And I was like, okay, cool. I said, hey, Joe, would you mind doing this for me? Because he thinks it'll all be available on November 1st. I said, do me a favor. Why don't you send some to me and I'll give it away to my audience before it comes out, and we'll pump it up a little bit. And he said, sure. So we're going to be able to give away some tape and some shrink wrap, some other stuff on future episodes as well. So thank y'all for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next